Have you ever sat down and thought to yourself, I have always wanted to be a writer. I have always wanted to be a poet. I have always wanted to be a singer or an artist. But life took a different direction from what you wanted to pursue initially. The time to pursue that vision is now. Hi guys, my name is Wangai Motsi. I am an entrepreneur. I own my online store called Vee's Luxury Collections. I am a recent graduate. I graduated with a high honors degree in international relations and diplomacy. And I am a YouTuber. You should subscribe to my YouTube channel. Personally, I don't believe that boredom is due to lack of things to do or because you don't have things to do. I think it's a mindset. And my mother always used to tell me when I was growing up that boredom is in the mind. And I think that reality and that statement has become real, especially during this time of quarantine and lockdown and shutdown due to the coronavirus. And I'm going to share as to why exactly I think that. In my opinion, you need to figure out what you really want to do. Boredom often masks a problem where you want to do a particular activity but something is preventing you. This could happen when you want to watch your favorite television show but the cable is out, oh my getty girls. Or when you're supposed to be working but you're on quarantine or lockdown. When this happens, the first step to take in killing boredom is simply to recognize the activity that you're truly supposed to be doing, an activity that you truly want to do. You need to get your campus straight. Boredom is easily attainable when you lose focus and direction as to what you're supposed to be doing at any particular time. For you to keep in check and in touch with what you need to be doing, you need to maintain the focus and you need to set down attainable goals and work towards it. Obviously, physical socialization is not possible during this quarantine period. However, maybe if you're at home with family, get to know your siblings a little better, your parents, mend that relationship. If not, utilize the availability of social media and networks to mend broken relationships, interact with people, but manage your time whilst you do this. Remember, procrastination can cause boredom if there aren't any other distractions available to take your mind off your task. You need to have like a to-do list. What am I going to do when I wake up? When I wake up, I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to wash my body. I'm going to clean the house. I'm going to cook breakfast. I'm going to do my assignments. I'm going to have lunch. After lunch, I'm going to have a time for exercise. And then I'm going to discover a new talent. I'm watching online YouTube videos on specific. And I want to learn, I don't know, how to sew a skirt. And this is the time to be doing that. There's a lot of time on our hands. And I feel like it's within our own capabilities to reach that particular highest level of productivity. Cut off any distractions. Boredom can happen when you're doing low-value tasks like random internet searching or watching television shows that don't interest you. Learn something new. Perhaps what you need is some mental stimulation. For example, Harvard is offering free online courses. Enroll and enrich your knowledge. Add a new challenge. If you find yourself consistently bored, this usually means you have a section of time where you don't have an activity that meets your needs. Add a new goal, challenge, or hobby to fill up that time. Try out yoga, reading a book, researching on a topic you're interested online, or writing a book, or writing a short story. Distractions can be a black hole sucking you into a prolonged state of disinterest. Turn off the television and computer, put your phone aside and figure out what to do with the free time such that it becomes a productive period of time instead. Take time to reflect on your mental health. Are you okay? Take time to reflect on your physical health. Are you okay? Instead of worrying and rushing to the fridge to eat something, flipping through multiple channels, tossing and turning and not doing anything productive, there's so many things that you need to take into consideration. Take this time to reflect upon your life, your past decisions you want to make into the future. Are you making the right decision? Is this the next step you're supposed to take? Is it the right step you're supposed to take? There's so many things that come into play when you're trying to plan for your future. And I feel like in this quarantine time, it is essential time for you to actually sit down and reflect upon what it is you've done, what it is you're supposed to do, and what it is that you're going to do. In this period of the quarantine, I realized procrastination and lack of useful energy, schedule gaps and environmental obstacles, and lack of motivation actively work towards building upon boredom. So this is something that you need to have a conscious mind mindset about. You need to know that boredom is real, but it's also a mindset. When all of these things are working together towards to create an environment of unproductivity, you need to put a conscious effort to be productive. It's very difficult considering the fact that you're coming from a planned schedule. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go to work. After work, I'm going to come back home. Like, there's a certain routine you were used to. And in order to tackle the absence or the vacuum in a to-do list, you need to find self. The previously mentioned tips could actually help you to deal with boredom, but the ultimate truth is that if you do not put in the work, if you do not put in the effort to actually put in a mindset towards the idea of boredom, you constantly find yourself in a state of boredom. You need to consciously know that boredom is the right time for you to rework and reconfigure your life, reconfigure the way you think, reconfigure your habits. If you had some certain bad habits that you were trying to work on, it's a perfect time for you to work on it. If you're a binge eater, why don't you try something different during this period? Why don't you actually work on consciously dealing on a specific diet whilst you go through these, 21 days, 1 month, however long your quarantine or lockdown period is. But it's something that you consciously have to actively work with in your mind. That you've always wanted to deal with in your life and to venture in your life, this is the time to pursue. You need to realize your full potential. There's so much plenty time readily available for you to actually learn something new about yourself. Challenge you and I do exactly that right now.